I'm Amanda Borges with The Spin on Yahoo Sports. I am joined now by writer Jay Busbee, and we are ready to dive into the Yahoo Sports NFL mailbag. Jay, all right, could the Browns-Bengals game in November be a huge game in the North?
Amazingly enough, it could. Browns and Bengals is one of these rivalries that they seem to play about 7 times a year. It's kind of like Cowboys and Giants. Every time you turn around, they're playing again. But this time around, on November 11th, it's going to be a huge game, believe it or not, because you've got a couple of teams that are both on the rise, that are both vying for a potential, and I use the word potential very, very strongly, playoff berth. Look at Cincinnati. They're kind of like the Florida State of the NFL. Some years they're really well up, some years they're terrible. Unfortunately for Cincinnati, not so much for Florida State, they're up this year. Cleveland, on the other hand, you've got Baker Mayfield, you've got an exciting offense, you've got a team that's won 2 games, which is a landmark accomplishment. So let's look at their schedule real quick. Both of them face Kansas City, Pittsburgh, and Tampa Bay. But beyond that, Cleveland's got the Falcons and the Chargers, whereas Cincinnati's got the Saints and the Ravens between now and that big matchup. I would actually give the little bit of the edge to Cleveland at this point going into that matchup. So it's going to be fun to see where they end up. And the fact that we're even having this conversation now is a testament to how far Cleveland has come.
Well, these teams haven't finished above 500 in the same season since 1989. All right, next up, now that the Falcons have given every team in the division a head start, when do you think they'll turn it on?
I'm going to say they'll turn it on in about 2019. Now, I'm in Atlanta. As you can tell by the backdrop behind me, I was a Falcons fan. I've got this helmet right here. This is Morton Anderson's actual helmet. He was a very small person. But all that notwithstanding, this team's a total mess. They're already 1-4. They're already effectively 4 back of the Saints because of the tiebreaker. They're dead last in points scored. Once again, there's not going to be a Super Bowl for a team in their hometown. Unfortunately, it's not happening this year, Atlanta.
Yep, they are currently last in the division. They have not finished the year in the last spot since 2007. Okay, moving right along. Are the Lions a playoff team or nah?
The Lions are one of those teams that you just don't know whether they're going to be a playoff team until they suddenly wake up and it's the second quarter of the division playoffs. They have a favorable road between now and the next couple of weeks. They're off, obviously, this week, but then they've got Miami and they've got Seattle. Those are 2 winnable games. Where it comes into trouble for the Lions is after that. They get Minnesota, they get Chicago twice, they get Carolina, and they get the LA Rams. If they can make it through that, winning 3 of those 5, I think you're looking at a possible playoff team. If they go 1-4 or 0-5, I think they're in a lot of trouble. But with the Lions, you just never know.
Yep, and even if they get there, they've lost their last 8 playoff games. Their last win was in 1991. Ouch. All right, thanks, Jay. Hit us with your questions on Twitter with the hashtag AskYahooNFL, or you can email Jay directly at j.busbee@yahoo.com. And keep up to date with everything around the NFL with The Spin on Yahoo Sports.